Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, we back, baby. It's Friday. What up, B? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Pooh? Another episode, man. I'm excited for this one.
Man, it's look, it's a kind of somber. We're gonna start out, then we're gonna get to the happy stuff later on.
True.
But you know, we got some things we gotta cover, and for all of those who just joining us, I know y'all guys seen the tag. I didn't put it up on Instagram yet, but maybe I should. Maybe I should just do that real quick before we even start the show and let everybody know what the daily like what we really doing tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just so happy my guy was holding it down for us in there, man. Representing.
Listen, it was a last minute call back because I looked on the schedule. I'm like, damn, won't be able. Hold on. No tag, nothing. Just gonna put it up. We on tonight. Well, listen, y'all know what it is. Let's start the show, man.
Let's get it.
There you go. Yeah, come on, yo, I get hype every time I see that intro, fam. But we be walking to the screen like, yo, come on, man. No doubt, no doubt. Every time. Ayatollah Beats is always in the building. One of Ayatollah got my guy CK in the building, and we got a few special guests joining us, man. Yesterday I got to go up to All Hallows, which was actually my first time in the gym.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you never been in there in all your travels in town. That's crazy.
And look, this going to these schools is kind of a bucket list for me because it's a lot of schools that I've been wanting to attend for the longest and never got a chance to see. You know, since I've been doing basketball heads and high school basketball weekly, was probably started, a few years afterwards. But
yeah,
I've never been to Christ the King, never been to Xavier, never been to Cardinal Hayes, never been to Stepinac. You know, all these Catholic schools, because we was kind of separate.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I never been to a lot of these schools, and it's just such a joy to visit and see, the culture and how they do things on that side. And yesterday I had a chance to go up to see All Hallows, and it was a somber moment. I ran into Dal Walker's son and daughter who was at the game, or maybe, I think daughter and son. Yes, because he looked just like his dad, and then his grandson played for All Hallows. So that was surreal for myself. My guy Dal Walker, Seton Hall, great, overseas and all that. So salute, man.
What do you think of that gym, man? One of my favorite. That court is insane. Talk to the people about it who never been there, because when I walked in there when I was the coach, I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
I got to raise my seat a little bit. I feel like I'm so low. Okay, now I feel a little bit better. Yeah, yo, bro. It was like an old CYO church gym. Right? And I'm saying to myself, damn, for all the great players that this place produced, such a small gym.
Crazy, man. I mean, the fact that they had multiple D1 guys in there at a time is nuts, right? I mean,
it's absolutely nuts.
There's nowhere to operate. I mean, I remember coaching and my feet were legit like halfway on the floor.
It's crazy. It was. But so much nostalgia, so much history, and I couldn't find the Jack Curran.
It probably got taken down by now.
picture, but I got to get his jersey.
That was it, the jersey. That's what I
The
wanted.
jersey, yeah, I got that on video. Hopefully it'll show up on my iCloud real quick. But definitely I'm gonna show that, man, and talk about some of that nostalgia before we get to our first guest. But I want to run something real quick that'll help bring the audience up to speed. I know I posted this on my Instagram. For those of you who haven't tapped into my Instagram and seen this post, I'm gonna pull this up real quick, and we're just gonna get into the backstory of what we kind of talked about tonight, man, because we can't go without mentioning one of the most legendary high schools in New York City history. So many great players, so much history, without talking about the sad moment right here that was in the news. Man, that kind of hit home right there.
Of course, man.
I went to a public school, so I don't know the ins and out a lot of Catholic schools and the fundraising, but it's definitely a sad moment, man.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of history, and they're not the only school that's closed. Long Island's dealing with the same kind of thing. There's a lot of pressure in the Catholic League on Long Island with some of the schools on the lower end, and the same, with the Catholic League in the city. A couple other schools are in danger, but you hate to see this. Sad for the program for sure, and great program. I'm really glad, like I said, really glad that you got to be there for the last game. I'm really happy that we represented.
Yeah, man. We could go back to Paul Memorial,
Yeah,
close Monte Christi,
Valentine.
who is now St. John's Prep, Talentine, Rice, Bishop Ford, and
Yep.
now All Hallows, man.
Crazy. And
Very sad moment.
like I said, I don't think they'll be the last ones. It's part of the business. It really sucks, but it's just these kids will have to adjust. It's just terrible. If you imagine you go there 3 years, 2-3 years, and then it gets closed like this, definitely devastating.
Definitely. Well, tonight we have one of their greats, one of their legends, one of the best big men that ever played in New York City, Shawnelle Scott, man. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Salute, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Man. It was just hearing about it, man, because just some the memories, man, and think about, how that place shaped me, to be just who I am, and especially throughout my basketball career. I was very fortunate to I chose All Hallows over like a lot of schools, Talentine, St. Raymond's, Cardinal Hayes, Mount St. Michael's, You know, all you know, a lot of schools that was like in close distance to me. So I chose All Hallows, just trusting I was going to have a great experience, and it was everything that I could think of.
Man, not only were your All Hallows great, legend, St. John's great, former NBA player, had an extensive career overseas, and now you're the coach at John Jay High School, man.
Yes,
So
man.
you came full circle to come back to the city and help a lot of kids, man. So we're very proud of you, man. And you know, we just want to tap into some of that rich history. We see, is that your jersey? That's your All Hallows jersey?
Nah, that's the Spurs jersey. That's like, you know.
Yo, hold on. Yo, that's the Spurs jersey right there. Kind of similar colors, right? Y'all was black and white, right?
Yeah, black. No, I mean we was blue and white. We was
blue and white.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, this, you know, because you know all these places that I played, and I got the fortune. I was very fortunate to play in the NBA and play professional basketball. Like All Hallows shaped me for all that stuff, man. You know, our coach, the legendary John Carey. Oh man, he shaped just a lot of knowledge of me. Just, you know, going forward, he prepared me for everything at when I was in All Hallows. You know, I came to All Hallows like this tall. You know, I was good. I was kind of soft, and he would let me know every day. Then, you know, and my teammates, you know, Leonard Williams, who's a great player there, Dexter Dunbar, you know, those guys, Arthur Anderson, God bless her dead, he just passed away. You know, Ray Lynch. You know, we had a bunch of guys, man, with just dogs, man. I was very fortunate. And we had a coach that was a dog, and I was the least dog out of all those guys, you know, and those guys, like, they molded me, man. They prepared me for every aspect of basketball, therefore, you know, and it was that place is, you know, to see it closing, man, it's just like, damn, you know. And I know a lot of schools closed, but it just like, you know, and even academically, man, you know, that place shaped me where I was able to go to college. I didn't miss a beat, to tell you the truth. You know, I got like 2 master's degrees right now, you know, and starting from that All Hallows with that discipline, it just allowed me and shaped me to be, you know, and help me do whatever I needed to do in the future. So that place is just bring back. I know I wasn't going there a lot, but that place just it did a lot for me, man. Just to say that, and did life, definitely basketball, because I had a great coach and great teammates, but just definitely academically as far as the school and the discipline and everything else.
And I love, you could hear the passion, you know, you could tell how much like this school means to you. Give me and Pooh like your favorite memory at All Hallows. If you could kind of go back to and maybe pick one.
Yeah.
Give us a good story of one of your best memories.
Well, it's 2. One is just being in that lunchroom, but like all the other guys, like, you know, we were all boys school, and you know, it was so strict. And then, you know, during lunchtime, we always got, you know, that's when we got a chance to unwind a little bit. And then just the guys snapping on each other and just like laughter, just, you know, we just giving each other, goosing each other off. And another one was like, I forgot, it was a basketball when we was coming from somewhere, man. And I don't know, everybody jokes was like on this day in the van. And even the jokes they were slapping on me, I had to laugh. Like somebody told me, like, you know, you're gonna go to Bethune-Cookman. I took it as an insult, but I was like, but it was just, but I was like, no, the best part about being at All Hallows was like you had guys like nobody, like, as good as I was progressing as a basketball player, like it was like a feeling like nobody's better than nobody else, and you know, everybody could get it. And that was a great thing, you know, just being there. But it was so many laughs, man. So much laughter. Just like good basketball, playing like great competition all the time. That was like the best, man.
Who are some of the guys that you faced, you know, in that gym? Like, who are some of the teams and people? You know, we know you played in the Catholic School League, but who are some of the guys that you had to go up against every night, in and out?
I'm gonna give you a few. We could go on and on, but I'll just say this. I'll say Malik Sealy, Adrian Red Autry, Brian Reese, Orlando Antigua, Terrence Rencher, Jerry McCullough, Jamal Mashburn, Richie Ashmead. I'm just talking about that I played in that gym.
Yeah.
Wow.
Michael Hooger, David Kane. Yeah, and it was a small gym too, but you know, we got it in there. It was a lot going on, you know. Gordon Winchester. I mean, just as I probably missing so many others, man. You know,
just those names alone, man, it's legendary.
And then, Coach, I got a question for you. You know, now that you're coaching, like you said, have you showed your team the gym that you freaking played in at All Hallows?
Never,
Because
never, never. I
it took
have not.
it took my Long Island kids when I went there like a quarter and a half to figure out what the hell was going on, Scott. We were clueless. They were going back and forth. We had no idea what was going on. I mean, just the best atmosphere. One of my favorite gyms ever, man.
Yeah, me and Adrian Orts, we were very tight when we were coming up, and we had a bet. I was like, "Yo, I bet you," because they were so good. I was like, "I'm telling you, we're gonna beat y'all once." But the one time that I beat them out of the 3 years I was going against these guys was at All Hallows.
Wow.
So we beat the great time. I think they probably was like ranked. They was in the top 10, of course. I mean, they had Brian Reese and Adrian Autry on the same team. But we beat them once. We beat them one time out of like 7 or 8 times.
I'll take the one.
Yeah, that's enough.
That was good for me. That was the beat the Monty time. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I slept real good that night.
Absolutely.
When did you hear the news about the closing?
I think I heard it maybe like a week, right? A week ago, maybe a little less. And I was just like, and I saw the caption. I said, "Oh, after all these years," because I felt you feel a certain, I didn't go to games, and I don't know. I mean, me and Lennon Cook, me and Lennon Williams, we talk every once in a while, but yeah, like a week ago or something like that, maybe a little, like I think maybe when I heard it like probably a week ago, maybe a little less, right around the time everybody, but it just like, dang, because you feel a certain type of way. Your school still exists. I know Talentine closed and a couple of other schools, but it's like you got a sense of pride that your school is still happening, and then it's like now it's not going to be, and it's very unfortunate, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I wanted to ask you, especially since you said that you've almost kind of come full circle, talk to us about how you've kind of adjusted from being, such a productive and successful player, and now kind of going back all the way, to the level you're coaching at now. How have you kind of adjusted to that and adjusted to the kids and kind of gotten your coaching mentality with these guys?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think I never wanted to coach, especially when I was playing. I always thought I'd be an entrepreneur, something big business and doing this and doing that. And then it was just at a certain point in my life, I would just think about what I wanted to do. And, I wanted to always get my master's, and a program came up. I entered the program, got in the program. Next thing you know, I'm licensed to DOE license, a licensed special educator. And then the coaching just came. Somebody was at another school. I did Beacon first. And I just knew, like, I've had so many great coaches and been around so many great players. And, I was already like doing a little bit like training stuff anyway. So I said, you know what? I think I could do it because it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But I just knew I had so much knowledge, as far as just vast knowledge, especially, I could just reflect on like carry stuff, not to mention like Konoseka and Popovich and all these other coaches that I played for.
Yeah.
Tiny Archibald, these and Mike Fratello, all these guys have been like, they very basketball influenced on me because they were so passionate about it. So, but just reflecting from Ohio, just my high school coach, just being as far as like nobody's above the team. You got a high expectations on yourself. We're not comparing you to nobody else. We're just comparing you to you doing your best. And I always thought and then when the coaching came to me, I said, you know what, I think I could do it. And just, it's a different time right now with these kids because I try to reflect to them about my path.
Yeah.
And I was telling my coach, man, he was screaming at me every day, man. He didn't let me, not for 1 second that he let me down. And I love ball so much that I just listened to him. I just like, I can't go back with this guy as much as he's screaming at me. I never like talked back to him once, and he was on me like every day until he wasn't on me no more, because he done put so much in me. So it's these kids these days, it's like you got to be different. Like, kind of, you can't, you could do whatever, any coach could do whatever they want to do, but I'm not coaches. Like, I'm not screaming, but I'm letting you know what needs to be done, and I'm not favoring anybody. Even if you're my star player or my best player, I still got to be on you to let you know like what you're doing wrong. And I was a leading scorer of a lot of those teams, All Hallows teams, like probably 2 years in a row, junior and senior year, leading rebounder probably. But it was still like a level of my teammates and carry, like you could always do better. Like it ain't good, you know. And even, you know, we had a lot of wins, but even that, you know, when on a ride home, you know, I got Leonard Williams, who's, you know, I've been knowing him since I was 10 years old, like, and we played in high school together. So he would let me know, like, even though I had a good game, or, you know, Dexter Dunbar, you know, we lived around the way. He was a great point guard at All Hallows. He, you know, even when he was younger, he was like one of them devastating players, like, and, you know, so they would always let me know, like, you know, so I kind of take that, and not the way they used to do it, but just to try to communicate in a better tone with my players. And it just, you know, I guess I don't know if it works. I don't have the talent like some teams have, but I pride on like getting the best out of players I have. I don't worry about that. You know, I don't worry about if I get 4 or 5 recruits, which is much respect to all the people, but just communicating how to be the best player you could possibly be, and this is what you got to do, and you know, those are the values that I got from Ohio.
Well, listen, we got one of your OGs on here, 1985 state champion, one of the best point guards, one of the greatest minds in New York City history, far as point guards that know in the game.
No
My
doubt.
guy, Tony Childs. What up, Tony?
Yo, what up, Glenn? What up, Shawnelle?
What up, my man? Yo, I remember with Tone, right? I was probably like 13 years old, maybe a little younger, and one of my boys went around way said, "Yo, come with me to this game." And I was like, "Where we go?" He said, "We got to see this kid named Tony Childs." I was like, "What?" Yo, he's younger than everybody, but he's deaf. So I think you was playing at Kennedy Center, and it was like like Tone, you was younger than everybody, man. But when I saw him, I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." I didn't know like you could be that good, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
players like him, like Tone, like they inspired me. Like it's a bunch of them, but I just remember Tone. It was like when I first saw him, I was like, this is ridiculous, man. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I didn't know they was that good, man. This is crazy.
All lies, my brother. All lies.
Tone, your skin shining, man. You looking like you about 30 years old. What's going on with you, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. I'm down here in South Beach, man, South Florida, man. You know.
That's right. When did you hear about the school closing down, man?
I heard about it probably before most people, that they were going through some financial issues, and you know, it's obviously it's a sad time, and what's crazy is it's actually 40 years. Jesus, I'm old. 40 years from when we won the state championship.
That's a fact.
Wow.
So, so it's just, you know, it's a sad time, man. But you know, I mean, I'm sitting here listening to Shawnelle, man. The one thing I can always say about All Hallows is the brotherhood, man. You know, we all look out for each other, man, and always try to help in any way that we can, man. So, you know, it's unfortunate that kids won't be able to, you know, continue that legacy that we've had over the years, man. But it's a great place, man. Great people, man, and you know, everybody talks about me as far as Columbia, man. But All Hallows made me who I am. Yeah.
Well, listen, let's look at this real quick, man, because I was there the other day and I was just astounded just by the aura and the history there. Where can I bring this up? Okay, here we go. Right, so I'm looking at the championships. Right, let's look at some of the championships. If I could bring this in just a little bit closer to the screen. Right, so you got city champs 1945, state champs 1947, city 1949, division 51, city 54, city 59, 3 divisional championships 72, 79, 81, and then 85 beating Binghamton. I remember that year because we lost to them the next year. But you guys held it down for the city state champions. And the last time they ever been to the state championship was 1985. And division champs 1993, 2001. So just knowing that you guys made history and Tone, man, like, you know, you already know that Binghamton loss gets me every time I have to talk about it. But I always tell people that you guys beat them in 85. So that makes me feel good, brother. You know, what was it like, man, playing with Dal Walker and other greats and getting to that state championship and winning it all. Like, I know you guys was playing against some of the best players in New York City history at that time.
Well, the biggest thing for us, man, like we all grew up together playing, man, between the Bronx and Harlem, man, and we were all friends. So, those guys are like my best friends in life, and it's all about what we did, and the legacy that we laid down at All Hallows. Like I said, I was a small part of that, man. There was some really, really, really good players, man. I just was fortunate enough to be the guy that got those guys the ball. So.
No, TC, listen, you were the straw that stirs the drink. Everybody knows that of that team. But my question is, give us, I asked Mr. Scott the same thing. Give us one of your finest memories of that state championship run. Give us a little story about that state title kind of that game, and maybe give us a little inside story that maybe people don't know.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, man, we actually struggled throughout the year because a lot of people don't remember another school closing. I mean, Powell Memorial was the first that I can recall, the first Catholic school that closed down. And all those guys, Darryl, Yada, Skeeter, and all those guys, we played together with the Sun Devils. And it was the best, I coached for 100 years, but that was the best recruiting job I ever did to get my homies to come and play with me, man. And early on, I mean, it was tough because we had 5 seniors. Everybody wanted to go to college, and it was a struggle. And to tell you the truth, personally, for me, it was a struggle because, my whole life, just in playing, I was always the guy that made decisions, and I controlled the team. And we had another great point guard that came from Power, Yada. And Coach Carey we used to bump heads because I'm like, listen, man, if I'm not running the team, what good am I? And I had to kind of give up a lot of what was used to doing to play with Yada, man. And so we might have been one of the few teams, like I think we had like 11, 12 losses that year, and we struggled, early on until we kind of mended and hung out together and started to play together, and everybody kind of had to give up a little bit of their own to be part of something that was bigger than themselves, and just remembering that whole state championship run. I remember we beat Jackson with Boo Harvey and those guys, man, in the semifinals, and to play. I mean, when we played Binghamton, they were undefeated that year, so they hadn't lost a game at all. And just going through it, and Glenn and I talked about it when I was on the show a while ago. They send their cheerleaders to our locker room. They send our cheerleaders to our hotel room to try to keep us up, the whole night. So
They did the same thing to us. They did the same
we
exact
talked.
thing to us. And my
We
guys
talked
felt for it.
exactly. We talked about it, and they were killing us. And it's so crazy because we were down by like 15 in the fourth quarter,
Wow.
and they had voted, and like half their team made like the all tournament team, and we came back, and it was a real controversial call to get it in overtime. It was like a tie ball game, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been King Rice, who's the coach at Monmouth now, who's with North Carolina. He drove to the basket, missed, and one of their players came over Darren Walker's back and fouled him. It was a clear foul, and they didn't call the foul. Tipped the ball in, and the ball went in, and they won regulation. But I think the refs looked at it and they said, you know what, we didn't call the over the back. So had we called that, basically the refs didn't want to be the deciding factor. Like, Dow made free throws, we'd have won in regulation. Send the game into overtime, and we got our legs back underneath us. And it's funny, it was all my teammates, they all laughed. Back then we didn't have 3-pointers. So we were up. I think I had like 2 free throws to put us up by 3, with like about 8 or 10 seconds. And they turned the ball over about 2 or 3 seconds. So now everybody on the bench, they're going crazy, they're celebrating, and I'm taking the ball out. And me, the whole Ivy League thing, and I'm always, thinking. So I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way for us to lose this game. Right. So I'm sitting there, everybody's cheering, going crazy, and I'm taking the ball out, and the guy's going crazy, he's trying to steal the ball. I literally handed the ball to the other guy from Jackson. I mean, excuse me, from Binghamton. I gave him the ball because I knew they couldn't beat us. I gave the ball to him. The guy was shocked because I literally gave him the ball. That might have been the only turnover I had the whole game. And he threw the ball up. We ended up winning. So I run to the crowd, and Shawnelle was talking about Coach Carey, a unique indie guy, and he and I, we bumped heads. he comes over to me, before I get to the huddle where everybody's cheering. He's like, "You had to be an asshole to the end." I'm like, "Coach, but I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole that won your state championship." So
That's
that's what I remember the most from that game. I made the 2 free throws and put us up by 3, and then I turned the ball over so I can get to the celebration.
Man, that is legendary.
Oh my God, I love it.
That is legendary right there, man. Who would have the goal to do that, right?
But like I said, I mean, if I couldn't think, I wouldn't have been a good basketball player. I mean, like I wasn't fast, I wasn't athletic, I really couldn't shoot, but I could really, really think, and I could really, really pass. So I'm sitting there to the end. I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, we can't lose. And back then, if the ball goes in the basket, the clock didn't stop. So I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna give him the ball. I don't care. Turn it over, man. I'm trying to get to the celebration, man, and get to the party, man.
Oh man, yo, I love his. Yo, you don't understand, because when I got to All Hallows, man, that's all I was doing is talking to Carrie about like that championship, and he was just raving about everybody. He used to tell me, Darryl Walker, like he's like when I first got there, like we to the softball. But
See, he was praising us, but man, listen, he gave us a hard time the whole year, man. He was cursing us out. I'd never forget another story during that year. Like I said, me and Coach Carey, we bumped heads my entire senior year, and we were playing in the tournament. It was like a national tournament, and I can't Trenton. And me and one of my teammates, Eric Alvarado, his mother had a car, so she drove us to the practice. We showed up late because it was traffic. So, Coach Carrick now. So he had us running. So I had a cold, I was out partying, paying that, whatever. I had a cold, I'm coughing. He's like, TC, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, so I'm like, Coach, I'm sick. He said, well, if you're sick, then go the fuck home. So I ran around the little gym, ran upstairs to the locker room, got my shit and left. And he's like, where you going? I said, you told me to go the fuck home. I went home. We ended up losing that tournament, the championship game. He sat me for 5 straight games. Didn't play me a second.
Wow.
And this is typical Coach Carey right here. So I'm like, he got to play me, man. I'm a cocky young kid. He got to play me. We can't win without me. So about the third or fourth game, he like TC. So I'm like, yeah. So I run over to the bench, think I'm getting ready to sub in. He's like, fill up these water bottles. I'm like, this motherfucker. But that was Coach Carey, man. I mean, Shawnelle, I chimed in. Shawnelle talked about all the life lessons, and his whole thing was like, listen, man, you're not bigger than this. I don't care who you are, what you think, And he would always say, and I told all of my players this, when I was coaching, you're going to be a non-basketball player a lot longer than you're going to be a basketball player, and that's something that Coach Carey instilled in all of us to teach us to be good men. It wasn't about winning or losing games, because at the end of the day, I mean, I remember we won, the guys that came after us, but you speak to anybody as a basketball person if you're not a true basketball player, you don't remember who won the city and state championship in '85. You really don't. But what the lessons that he taught us and the school taught us as men was how to be good men, how to be good fathers, how to be good husbands, and things like that. And that's what I feel, that the next generation of guys are going to miss out on, because it was bigger than sports. It was really bigger than sports, and it was about teaching you to be a good man.
Man, when y'all heard the fact that they added girls to the school, what did y'all feel about that, knowing y'all had the all boys school, or would that have been a major distraction for you guys?
Well, listen, I'll let Shawnelle answer that first, but
It would
I'll
have been a
answer
major
that.
distraction. It would have been a major distraction. I mean, I thought about leaving just to get some normalcy, but it was just actually the best thing for me. Just my mindset, especially going to St. John's, Big East, like just advancing in life. It was definitely the best thing, because I was able to like concentrate. I was like, you know what? Oh, this is why they don't have girls, because they want us to focus. When it came down to the work that needed to be done, the schoolwork, it was just like, it was nothing to impede that. It would just get to work. You joke with your boys, but you get to work.
And for me, I mean, like a couple of mentors actually grabbed me by the back of my shirt. Troy Truesdale, God bless the dead, another All Hallows legend. Troy Truesdale, Ed Gonzalez, one of my best friends, a grammar school teacher, Joe Dillon. They all knew I was fucking girl crazy. Girl crazy. So they're like, listen, man, no, you're not. You're going to All Hallows, all boys. So my thing was, I wasn't going to get in trouble talking to a dude in class. Like, listen, man, we can talk some other time. So because of that, it made me a better student. I ended up being valedictorian at All Hallows.
Wow.
and then went on to Columbia. But had I been in a school where there was girls, I would have been an average student because I would have been worrying about who I'm trying to go home with and all that other kind of stuff. Literally, all I did was I just did my work. I'm here. It's a bunch of dudes around, so I'm not getting in trouble talking to a dude. Like that made no sense for me as a teenager. So I just locked in and paid attention to what was going on in the class, and it was the best decision that those people made for me. I didn't make the decision. Like my mentors and people that were like Lamar Dyson, Sun Devils, Joe Dillon, Troy Trudell, Ed. Those guys made a decision for me, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like I would have not been, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys right now had I went to a school where there was women and girls and distractions because I was like your typical teenager, man. If there was a girl in there, I'm trying to figure out what's going on and talking to him and all that, and I wouldn't have been as focused and locked in to do the things I did as a student first and foremost. You know.
Nah, that's
I
I
second
get
that.
it.
I second that, yo. I second that.
Man, that's crazy. Yo, we're gonna ask you a few more questions. We're gonna get you guys out of here real quick. What do you think of the state of basketball, high school basketball as a whole down? The transfer portal has affected the high school level right now, but kids are just moving back and forth and going to different schools. What do you guys feel about that in the state of New York City basketball? If you guys been, Tone, I know you in Miami. I know Shawnelle has been keeping his finger on the pulse. Any of you guys could jump in and answer that question.
Well, I'll let Shawnelle talk because he's coaching and so he's in the mix. But I got some serious thoughts about it. But I'll let Shawnelle answer that, and then
Um,
I'll.
I mean, as far as like kids being able to transfer, you're right. We just got like 4 transfers in this year ourselves. I mean, I didn't recruit any of them per se. It just happened to like somebody know somebody that they put them through me. So, but I could see how it could be like an issue as far as like kids just leave whenever they want to leave. I had a couple of kids leave because they would just try to go for greener pastures. I think I had one kid that went to South Shore. I don't know how he doing. He wasn't. He was a young kid, so I don't even know what he's doing now. But yeah, kids leave. It definitely. It can just it can just filter. It can cause issues for like before because it's like guys wasn't leaving like that. Like when we were coming up, guys were like I think you had to wait out a year if you had to transfer or something like that. So I could see how it could be a problem. I don't know if it's something they're gonna stop doing. I mean, me personally, like, look, any kid that come through me, I'm not really going to try to nab nobody. If somebody knows somebody, I'll take them. But I'm just going to try to teach these kids who come through me just the best I can as far as basketball in between the lines, and just also definitely have lessons linked to that for your regular life. I always try to have them see an outlook on what's going to happen with this basketball stuff. It's a blessing while you in it. It doesn't matter. I mean, some schools get better talent. That's great, but what are we doing with these kids though, regardless if they transfer you to or not, if you're not teaching these kids valuable lessons that's going to help them in the rest of their life. That's what Carey was doing at All Hallows. I don't even know if he knew he was doing it, but he was definitely doing it, like teaching us these lessons, these hidden lessons that have us like, really, decent, hardworking, men later in life, and that's, so with the transfer stuff, it's like, it's nothing we can control. I've seen some really good players around the city, and that's great. I wish all of them well, and I would like to see public school kids get more scholarships. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what I'm really interested in. I know I went to a Catholic school, but I would like to see public school basketball kids have access to getting more scholarships. I know it's a few kids. You got the kids at Jeff, you got a few kids, but I think those kids like at Jeff are far and few between. I'm not familiar with the upstate kids. I'm pretty sure it's a little different up there, but I would like to see New York City public school kids get more opportunities. Right now, I don't know if that's a thing right now, besides the far and few between.
Well, to tell you the truth, I think it's just it's trickling down from college. I mean, college you can transfer. It's a wild west. It's no sit out rules, so kids are just kind of what I think the problem is it's not teaching kids to have a level of toughness, stick to itiveness. If you're not getting what you think you deserve, you just go somewhere else. So what ends up happening is these kids are not learning how to fight through things. I played freshman basketball. I played JV basketball for a half a year. And did I like it? No. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work to get better so that they have no choice but to put me on the varsity team. They have no choice but to play me. Now it's like, you know what? Kids like, he ain't playing me, so I'm gonna leave. So now high school coaches and college coaches, they're literally they have to kind of, treat these kids with kid gloves because they're scared that they're gonna transfer. So you never learn how to fight through anything. And just not in basketball. I've always said that, basketball is a reflection of life, and life is a reflection of basketball. I got that from my man Steve Burt. Shout out to my man Burt. That you know, if you don't learn to fight through some stuff, how do you deal with adversity when you become a man? Do you run from it? And that's what a lot of kids are doing. Like, listen, that's where we're at in the state of basketball. And because of that, we got a lot of kids that feel that they're entitled, they're pampered, and guys are scared to coach them. Like I don't know if someone like a Coach Carey could be successful nowadays because he coached you hard.
Mm.
He coached you hard and he taught you life lessons. And for me, I can't speak for anyone else. I always wanted to prove, man, fuck you. I'm good. You gonna play me. You know what I mean? So if I left after my freshman year, I could have went somewhere else or whatever the case is. And I always had people call me, Tone, you should be playing varsity or whatever the case is. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stick this out because I'm gonna prove to him that I'm good enough to be out there. So if that means I got to get in the gym and work on my game, I got to get bigger, I got to get stronger, whatever it is. I did whatever it was to be the player that I was going to be at the place that I was at. I don't think that that's there nowadays. And in all honesty, I don't think you have a lot of people, a lot of coaches like, the Coach Carries or the Lamar Dysons of the world. Lamar Dyson, man, listen, my AAU coach, man, listen, he would curse me out. I had two guys that cursed me out more in my life as coaches than anybody ever combined. I mean, Lamar Dyson would be like, man, listen, man, TC, they used to call me Total Control. TC, you ain't shit. And I'm like, damn,
Oh,
I thought I was pretty good. You know what
I
I'm saying?
love it.
But he was, he consistently pushed me, man, pushed me. And Coach Carey consistently pushed me beyond what I thought I could do. And I knew that if I didn't give those dudes everything I had, one, I was going to get cursed out. And secondly, I wasn't going to play. I didn't mind getting cursed out, but I wanted to play.
Yeah.
And I don't think these kids have that now. And I tell you the truth, I think that's why, not the great kids. I mean, there's some great kids that come out of New York, but it's those kids that can be great. They don't have that fight it. So now when they go to college and it gets a little tough, what do? They run. Because they never had to battle. They never had to really prove themselves. They're all living off of reputation. Well, I'm nice, so you should play me. But when you get to college, everybody got that scrapbook. Everybody was nice. So what makes you different? Are you willing to fight to prove that you better than that person that's actually playing more than you? Or are you going to sit back and sulk and complain and call back home and didn't everybody back home trying to find somewhere for you to transfer to? It's just, it's sad because when it's all said and done and you're not a basketball player, how do you deal with adversity in your life? You know what I mean? And that's what I think is really hurting the state of basketball in New York because these kids aren't learning to like, okay, wait your turn. So, there's a reason. Like, listen, I always tell people, listen, Shawnelle can attest to this. Coaches don't favor, they don't favor kids. Coaches want to win. And if you're not playing, there's a reason why you're not playing. Like, coaches play the best players. But if you got your friends, your AAU coaches or whoever telling you, oh man, they jerking you, these kids nowadays are listening to that. Not, have you been in practice and seeing me getting my ass kicked every day? That's why I ain't playing. Nobody's gonna say that.
Bad advice, crew.
You know,
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what we call them.
nobody's gonna say that. So
BAC for sure.
it's like, kids, they try to play their parents both sides against the middle. You looking for somebody to tell you right, as opposed to, yo, you just not good enough. So and so's better than you, and he's playing. I've never, and I coached in college, the good Division I high level, and I've never been involved with a kid that we didn't play because we didn't like him. Never. Listen. I've been in situations where kids played and we couldn't
Can't stand
stand him.
him. Yep.
Couldn't stand it. Asshole. But you know what? He was an asshole, was kicking
That's
somebody's
right,
ass every day in
DC.
practice. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So like, listen, at the end of the day, players don't, coaches don't decide who play. Players do. And our kids aren't learning that. And so now when you get a job in the real world and you're like, oh man, I'm not getting that promotion, or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You're not getting that promotion because you're not producing. And you learn that at a young age. That's why I think sports are great, man, because it teaches you reality. If you nice, you gonna play. If you not, you not. It's that simple.
Man, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. I could talk to you guys all day. I really hope some of the kids are listening to all the advice you guys are giving. But that's my final question for each of you. What advice would you give, a freshman high school basketball player in the city right now? We're talking to two guys. One guy went to St. John's, another guy went to the Ivy League. What would be your best piece of advice to give, a young prospect who's looking to play college basketball in New York City?
Shawnelle, you can go, and then I'll follow behind you.
I was just speaking to a freshman today about this very same thing. And, the common theme is like, you got to live this life, like this basketball life. If you want to be good, you can't expect good things to happen if you don't work on your game and get thousands and thousands of reps and hours into this. There's no shortcuts. It's not going to happen. You can do whatever you want to do during the summer. You can work. You can do all this, go vacation. That's fine. That's all great. But you got to still put that work in when it's come time to perform, or come time to make a team, or come time to demand playing time, or whatever you were searching for. And that's the best. I think that's the best advice I give you. Work hard, work to the extreme. You got to love this. If you're doing it and there's no real love for it, you're going to run into problems. I don't know if me and Tone knew it when we were younger, but we just loved it. We loved it, and we would do anything And
to this day, I still love it. I ain't coaching, but I love it, man.
I tell my kids, like, it's in my blood. So you got to love this, man. You got to put that work in. And what work are you doing outside of the coaches? Because it's easy for me to, we have workouts and I could train you. That's all fine. But I'm not like a paid trainer to train you like, one-on-one. I'm the basketball coach here, especially when it's off season. So what are you doing outside the coaches, workouts to get yourself better? Because I think, if you really want to be good, you got to spend, some kids are touched by God. They can do whatever they need to do. I get it. But, what are you doing outside the coaches to get your game better, to be that player that you want to be? And if you don't have no goals to, get to or something like that, then, it's not going to work out for you like you may think, and a lot of these kids got these things in their head. Like they just want success, like right away. Tone mentioned and talked about it. They want the success without putting in any work. So just put that work in, love this game, take it serious, get your reps, and that's the best thing I could say. Play against older competition. That was a big thing for Tone, because the first time I saw him, he was one of the younger kids out there. I was a younger kid. I couldn't even step on the court with those guys. But play competition against older players. Stop. Kids, they playing their age and they playing AAU. Which, you're playing 15 and under. You're 15. You should be playing up. So I was playing Riverside 17 and under when I was 15. We were going on trips and we was getting worn out, but all those battles with these older kids, got us ready. We was playing with grown men around the way. My first time playing in a Rucker, I was like 16, I think 15. I was 16 years old. I was playing with grown men.
Playing with Lennar, I remember.
Yeah, playing in Pro-Am, with Arnie Jacobs, with the workouts, with all the pros, with Anthony Mason. Our Tone might have been there. Everybody was coming through those workouts, So that's the best. Those a multitude of things that you could do if you want to achieve the most excellence. I don't know, great will come every time, but you can't gamble with not doing those things.
Well, the advice that I would give young kids today is to not listen to the noise. And it's funny because I've had like my son's a senior at Mercy right now. And his whole, growing up, I said, listen, man, your parents love you. Your friends love you. Your coaches, they all love you. Everybody's baby is the best player in the world.
That's a fact.
So if you're listening to that, oh, they're jerking you. This, that, and nothing. You should be playing. Just pay no attention to that because at the end of the day, they're not in your practices. They're not there. Like, like in high school, let's say you got 10, 12 kids. Everybody's parents think that their kids should be shooting up all the balls, playing all the minutes, and being a star.
That's a fact.
So you never going like me. I'm old school. I tell my son he ain't shit on a regular basis. And I love him more than anybody. I said, listen, at the end of the day, nigga, don't come to me talking about the coaches, whatever. Because the coach don't put you in the game. You put you in the game. What are you doing? So don't look for someone to tell you that you're getting jerked. Because you're always going to find somebody in your circle because they love you and they want the best for you. And they're going to pamper you. So just you got to be able to look in the mirror and be real to yourself. If you getting your ass kicked every day, you're getting your ass kicked. What are you going to do about that? Ultimately, man, this game is a beautiful thing, man. It's been great for me, man. I've traveled the world. I've made a shitload of money because of basketball, but you got to be real to this shit. You can't fool yourself. You can always complain to someone, and you're always going to find somebody to tell you you're right. But you're not. You're not. And listen, I'm not sitting here. Listen, I knew when I was bullshitting, but somebody told me I wasn't. Just be real to yourself, man. If you love this shit and you competing against the game and you really trying to be the best player that you can be, and like I listen to people like Shawnelle talk about how good I was. I don't think I was that good, but I gave everything I had. And whatever came from that came from that. My parents, they didn't sit there and baby me and tell me you should be playing. Yeah, I'm not. Why you not playing? I don't know. You full of shit. You're not playing because you didn't do something right, or either the dude is just that much better than you. So what you gonna do? Either you get better or shut the fuck up.
That's true. Yo, one of your OGs in the building, T, Derek Hawkins.
D Hawk.
Yeah.
Bad boy. Bad boy. Listen, D Hawk is one of the reasons why I went to Columbia, man. I was a young dude. I should go there and watch him and Darren Barnett and all those guys. I'm like, damn, them dudes is good, man. Yeah.
Nah, well, listen, fellas, we appreciate you coming on, man. You guys are my dudes, man. Appreciate you guys, man, for coming on and repping for your school, man. This is something that we had to do. We had to pay tribute. There was no internet when Mater Dei Christi, Power Memorial, Talenton, Rice, Bishop Ford, all those schools closed. I said, you know what? There's no way I could let this escape and not pay homage where homage is due, brother. So we appreciate you.
I appreciate what you guys do, man. It's great for the culture, man, and you guys, especially for these young kids, man. Y'all giving them something that they wouldn't get otherwise. And that's real.
Yeah, Glenn. You know how I feel about you, man. It's great what you've been doing, man. And to all All Hallows guys, man. I just, it's a sad day, but all the people that went there, we know what it done for us. We still out here. We're gonna be, spreading the good word, man. Especially, whoever's coaching from All Hallows that went through Cary, man. It's we're gonna spread the good word. I'm definitely a continuation of All Hallows for sure.
And listen, I mean, like I said, it's a sad day. The school's closing, but I sit there and I remember when Shawnelle first went to All Hallows, man, and I'm just proud to know that guys got the message that Coach Cary was giving, and then when I went back and coached, they're trying to do something for kids, man. Because listen, I don't know where I would be without basketball and without All Hallows, and because of that, I'm always going to help kids in general. But I mean, All Hallows is always going to have a special place because you got great people out there doing good things and living the mission of the school, man, doing right by kids from our community, man. And you know that's never going to be lost. We may not have a place to go to and hang out and all that kind of stuff, but you know, All Hallows is a brotherhood, man. Like all of our guys, man. You know, we're all good friends, no matter what years you went there, what decades. You know, we're all part of the family, and if we can help each other, we always do, man. And you know, so it's a sad day, man. But All Hallows is kind of falling down along, you know, the side of where you know the Power Memorials, the Talentines, the Rices, the All Hallows. You know, but at the end of the day, man, it's not going to take away from the men that those places produce, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you guys. Well, we
Thank
want
you,
to say
guys.
farewell to All
Thank you,
Hallows,
man.
man.
Thank you,
And
man. Appreciate it, man.
you guys, man. We holler at you guys soon, man. Y'all stay up, brother.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, man.
All right, no doubt.
Peace, Tone.
Later. Cool.
No doubt.
Hey, man.
Two Hall of Famers from All Hallows, man. I mean, TC's got me ready to run through a wall. Coach Scott, I mean, what a basketball mind and what a mindset, and just a guy who understands it. You know what I mean? Just two fantastic guests, Pooh. You spoil me every time with these guys, and they really were amazing. The stories, such a blast, man. Two great people to have on, man. Awesome.
Yeah, this show is gonna go down in history for sure, man. Well, as you guys know, we got more in store. All right, we got more in store. We got more happening around the city. Let's start off with Nazareth. Nazareth lost 2 games in a row to Christ the King and St. Francis Prep due to star Halon Rollins getting ejected with 5 seconds left in the first half against CTK. But they bounced back, and they bounced back big against Lachlan, that double overtime win, 64-59, and I think they're back on track right about now.
Yeah, that was a big win for them. Right, like you said, right back on track, and just around the corner, man. On Sunday, Denver Stepanak, man. Let's
Man,
go.
that is going to be a huge game. That's going to be a huge game right there. That is definitely on our menu right there. That's our next game of the week, brother. Game of the week. Game of the week right here. Game of the week. That's it right there.
And by the way, Pooh, I know, you know, we've been killing it with All Hallows tonight, but we didn't even get to talk about the game. I mean, you saw a big time performance in the city, my man.
Oh man, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that right now. We're gonna get to that right now. Let's get to that because this young man, man, they got two kids who is actually very, very good. Gonna show them right now.
Yeah, man. Sacred Heart's got some dudes, man.
Man, and you said it too. You the one you like, yo, Pooh, they got some players. I'm like, okay.
I tried to warn you.
Man, you put me on. You put me on. Let me get their names real quick. We got Marcus Henry, number 20. Marcus Henry, number 20. And we got Cameron Boyd, number 14.
Fantastic, Cameron
Let
Boyd.
me tell you. Marcus Henry, about 6'5", athletic, running the court. You know, he was the biggest guy on the court, but he was skilled. You saw he had some moves around the basket. He has some good footwork. He's a great athlete. He caught about 3 dunks inside, just inside, catching one dribble inside, or just catching and just going straight up. He finished with astounding 41 points, 24 rebounds.
Wow.
And 4 assists. All right. And then Cameron's about 6'3", athletic, swing, small, we'll say like a small forward in the team, but he would be like a shooting guard, point guard on the next level. Athletic, could shoot it, and he got some ups as well. He had about 5 dunks in that game.
Yeah,
So,
two guys who can play in college for sure, Pooh, and they're 2 little hidden gems out there at Sacred Heart.
Man, they was on the money, man. I just want to put up and show this young man some love. They couldn't make it on the show tonight, but we're gonna get them on because we gotta highlight a lot of these players, man, that a lot of people probably don't even know about. Marcus Henry right there, 41 points, 24 rebounds, 4 assists. Absolute dominant.
Monster, man. Monster. And Pooh might even be shorter than him. He might even be a little taller than that from what I've heard.
Yeah, about
Just a
6'5",
fantastic player.
6'6". I stood
Yeah.
next to him. You know,
Well, you got the best measuring stick. You know, you just walk up next to him.
that's it. That's it. That's it. And getting back to Naz,
Yeah.
what can we say about our guy, Coach Irvin?
The Burger
Big
Man.
congratulations. Big congratulations, Coach Irvin.
The only man
McDonald's
representing New York.
All-American high school coach for the East Coast, baby.
The only guy representing New York in the whole game, baby.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
So happy for Coach, man. So happy.
And you could tell he is going to have a bright future in this coaching game. He's been at Naz 3 years right now. He was at Naz with Tiny was there. Coach Morton, who's now at Lawrence Whitmere. And look, he's been to the city championship. He's had undefeated seasons. He coached the New York versus New York team. He coached at New Heights. So he's definitely doing great things. Salute to Coach Irvin, man. And congratulations to everybody here at High School Basketball Weekly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. That was huge for the whole NAS program. And, Coach Irvin's a budding star in New York City and the league for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely an exciting opportunity for him.
Yeah. Xaverian stuns struggling St. Ray's 67-62. Woo. St. Ray's has not been playing
and St.
well
Ray's
as
with a
of
win
late.
tonight. They did win today over Scanlon, though. They did.
Oh,
pick up.
Okay. Way to bounce back. That's a good bounce back win right there. That's a good bounce back win.
And then another one I know that we've kind of been growing with these two teams throughout the year, but Mount Vernon knocks off New Rochelle.
Yes. CK
How about that?
definitely put it up early. I just didn't want to, say anything too early because we had our guests on. Mount Vernon got their lick back against New Rochelle. I think we kind of knew that was going to happen.
Hey, listen, if you listen to the other broadcaster during our broadcast, he told us that was going to happen. The gentleman sitting next to me.
Oh, your partner, right?
My partner said that was going to happen on the rematch, but
he did.
But yeah, Mount Vernon doing their thing in a nice close win. Yeah, man, it's that whole division, man, between Mamaroneck and New Row and Mount Vernon, going to be really exciting down the stretch. Scarsdale, there's a lot of good teams, man, right in that area.
You've been talking about Mamaroneck and how well they've been playing lately.
Yeah, they've been undefeated, even though they just picked up their first loss to New Rochelle, which was a tremendous win for them. But one of the top programs, definitely working on having one of those guys on later in the year, some good players. But also Iona Prep, nice win over Chaminade. Lehigh with a huge win over Legacy College. Caden Mingo named MVP of that game. Murray B, nice win over Kennedy Catholic. And what else do I have? Oh, also, I have to say this before we get out of here, and I know we got a couple more things. Got to shout out the first guy I ever wrote about, Pooh. Ryan Dunn, my guy from Lehigh, being nominated to the rookie sophomore skills game at the All-Star game. Super proud of Ryan, man. One of my favorite kids. Super proud of him and all his work, having a great year with the Suns. And awesome to see a kid from Long Island. I mean, I think he's from Freeport, playing in the NBA, doing his thing, and in the rookie skills competition.
Wow. And now the first guy you ever wrote about?
First story I ever wrote.
All right. That's why you're the top guy. My brother. That's why you're the top guy. CK says Scarsdale beat Mamaroneck tonight as well. They went down twice. Yeah.
That's a mega win, man. That's
huge.
Shout out Coach Emilio, man.
Man, a lot is going on. Oh, James Monroe beat Eagle Academy 67-59 at home. I heard they have one of the best atmospheres in the PSAL, and Monroe was led by Amadou Barry, the point guard, had 23 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists for the triple-double. Khalifa Kande had 18 points, 8 rebounds, and Mohamed Rashid, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists to move it to third place.
What do you think of Monroe?
Monroe is good. I like Monroe, but you just don't know which Monroe is going to show up.
I agree. I would say that's their biggest problem, Pooh. I would say
That's
that's their biggest problem.
if the Monroe shows up that we all know,
Could
that
beat anybody, right?
they can beat anybody.
I know they got a. I love Glasses. I think he does a great job. But like you said, just which team is going to show up because their potential when they're rolling. I mean, they're going to be hard to stop. Also, wanted to shout out Flavio Jean, 1,000 points
1,000 points. That's right, Flavio. We gotta put you up.
and a game, and they actually had a game winner, Brooklyn Collegiate. I don't know if you saw that one. I tried to send it.
I think wasn't that a halftime shot? It was a halftime shot.
Was it? Oh, I thought it
It
was
was,
at the
nah,
buzzer.
it was a halftime shot. It was a halftime shot. But I'm definitely
Because
gonna post that for Flavio Jean, 1,000 points. Definitely gonna post that on.
now I don't know if
Basketball.
you saw this, but last night, great matchup in Nassau. Port Washington, one of the top teams on Long Island, kind of went through some hiccups. Played Farmingdale in a great league matchup, and shout out Billy Edelstein at the buzzer, Pooh, from 3, game tied, the bank's open, and he makes it. It was even on overtime this morning. So shout out Port Washington and all those boys. They were buzzing, sending me all the videos, all the fans.
You should have sent me to. We could have played it tonight because I got some videos that I'm gonna play right now. This is I want to give a big shout out to my guy for the kill, Jay Wash, and the program NYC. You know, Jay Wash has been out there, man, doing this thing. And look, brother.
Mm. Oh, tough, man. Oh, man.
Hey, listen, salute to my guy Jay Wash, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing this thing out there. Definitely one of the top guys in the city with the voiceovers, man.
Absolutely, and I mean that's a big time matchup, a huge win for Monroe, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was kind of a Final Four matchup. You know, I think if Monroe plays like how you said, I think there'll be a Final Four team. I think you know, Coach B and Eagle, may have lost that game, but they look really good this year. They have a lot of depth. I'm not worried about either team. I think that's going to be, kind of a preview of a real deep playoff matchup, I think. So that was nice to see that little part 1 of the series, Pooh.
That's right. That's right. Salute to my guy for the kill and the program NYC for that footage.
Absolutely.
But also that was for third place because our second place was for the game of the week, right?
That's right.
And
That's
that was
right.
between TMA and Clinton, right? And the player of the week for that game was Eric Bush, 21 points, 11 rebounds, right? And Amadou Akim Mazou with 16 rebounds and 7 blocks. I think they shorted him with 3 blocks. He had to
I'm
have
with you, Pooh.
I
I'm
think
with
they
you.
shorted him with 3 blocks, baby.
Pooh, you had about 7 for him at halftime. What are they talking
Man,
about?
he was punching. He was punching it. But they played very well, and they clinched the second place spot in their division, right behind Eagle Bronx, who only has
Yeah, what do you
one
think
loss.
of what do you think of that Thurgood Marshall team? I mean, they got some talent, man.
They got a lot of bodies too, man. They got a lot of big bodies. The guys who
Size, strength.
crash the boards, play defense. And look, I think it's going to be tough between them, Monroe, and Eagle. Somebody might get knocked off, man.
Yeah, somebody might go home early, but like you said, I mean, they had bodies, they had size. We didn't even mention their top two scorers aren't even in this picture.
That's
TMA
right,
definitely legit, and also we have to shout them out, even though they lost. Danzo, Keon Danzo from
man.
Clinton is a problem,
He
bro.
was, in the second half, he came alive. He
Yeah,
came alive in the second half, and he did his thing. I think I have him up
he's a
here.
bucket.
Yeah,
Bucket.
and look, he was kind of quiet in the first half,
Yeah.
but then he came alive in the second half,
I mean,
and
he
he
hit
was.
4 threes in like 3 minutes. It's
That's
crazy.
right. That's right. So
Yeah,
they
shout out
definitely did
Clinton,
well.
man. Those guys fought hard, missing a couple bodies. Still going to be one of the top pesky teams in that PSAL.
For sure. And also another game of the week that I want to mention real quick, because we have them again. Hold on for a sec. We have this game coming up right here. This is our next game of the week, coming up after this weekend. We're going to go over to Achievement First. They play against Westinghouse. Achievement First is in first place. George Westinghouse is in second place. George
Ooh,
Westinghouse beat them at their home court, and now they got to
wow.
go to Achievement First. So Achievement First only lost one game, but they beat the dog smack out of Paul Robeson 100-44 and have 5 players in double figures. Khalid Mentor with 20 points, 4-6. Javion Jones and Tyler Romeo had 15 points apiece, and Jaden Linton and Xavier Beckford had 13 points apiece. And Xavier, he's the school's leading scorer with over 1,000 points. He scored over 1,000
Wow.
points in the school's short history. Yes, and I think it goes a little something like this. We show them some love. And this kid, he played in Brevoort tournament, so I definitely had to show him some love.
Of course.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
1,000
go.
points, man. Leading scorer. That's awesome, man. I cannot wait to see him play.
And school's history. So, and the school's only been around a few years, so he got that scoring title right off the back. So salute to them. And I want to end this piece with talking about my alma mater, Lincoln, continues to roll, beating Curtis 73-64 with Ethan Osteen proving himself as an all-city candidate. And look, he's definitely a Division I player, man. He's averaging 28 points a game. He's athletic. He can shoot it. He picks his spots on the court, plays defense. So salute to Ethan Osteen. We want to get him on the show soon and show him some love.
Yeah, we
Salute
need
to Coach
Ethan on.
Montos. She's rebuilding that program from the ground up. They when she got to Lincoln won 2 games in 2 years, man, and she's just been rebuilding that program piece by piece. Salute to Jamel Thomas, 530, Lincoln alum that's on the coaching staff right now. My guy Robert Williams, you know what I'm saying? You know, the whole staff, man, just that's out there doing their thing, man. You know what I mean?
We got to get to a Lincoln game. I've never been to the gym. I got to go.
What?
Let's go.
Salute to my guy Isaiah as well, on the coaching staff as well, man, for Staten Island doing this thing. Staten Island legends on the staff, you know what I'm saying? Look, we gonna look. They had their last home game, but we can definitely make a playoff game because you know they're gonna have some kind of home court advantage. All right, we'll go to their first home game and we'll do that.
I love that. Love that.
All right. We CK got some more. Said Rome Free just got another 1,000-point scorer. So they have 2 1,000-point scorers and a 2,000-point scorer on the same team. Damn, it's still undefeated. Rome Free. Woo! Number 14th in the state, AAA.
That's right, man. They're very high on my list. They're loaded. You know, like CK talked about them last time. they're a special group, man. They're gonna be doing big things. But also, Pooh, something I just got a text. You may have to confirm it because you're my guy in the city. Did Holy Cross beat St. Francis Prep tonight?
Hold on. I can make that call right now. Yo, salute the Eagle Academy Harlem said Percy Sutton wins over Transit and Murray Burton this week. All right, salute.
Yes, sir.
Eagle Academy Harlem in the building. Salute to Percy Sutton in the building. I'm gonna make that call right now before we get off the air.
We'll
My
send
guy's gonna
our
pick
guys
up.
up. Come on,
Hold
coach.
on.
Come on, coach.
Hello?
Tell me that's I heard it right.
You heard it right. So we back, baby. We all under control. Everybody healthy.
Yes, baby. Holy Cross just beat St. Francis Prep, giving them their first loss. Woo! 55-58.
Let's go, Coach. Yo.
At home. What a crazy game. Yo, Coach, I'm so mad I couldn't be there tonight. We had to do the show. Yo. I told people. I know the place was packed. I know it was rocking.
Oh, it's crazy. They parade the court like the Yankees won.
All right. Congratulations.
That's awesome, man. Way to go, Coach. Shout out, Coach Turnage.
They were waiting on Sunday for Stephanie. They thought this was a walkthrough.
Woo!
Get him, Coach.
When I see you, the battle with Francis Lewis, you see that shit I sent you. We went back. Okay, baby, that was a great game.
Man, yo, I just had you live on the show, man. Thank you, Coach. I'm gonna holler at you later, all right? All right. Wow.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Wow.
What
said,
a win,
we back,
man.
baby. Hey, sometimes you can overlook a team. You like, we worried about Stepinac, and you can't take care of business. So, you know, Stepinac is like, y'all just lost the Holy Cross. We about to smack y'all.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked about Cross at the beginning of the year. They're a team that when things get healthy, they can be clicking. They can beat anybody. That's a huge win for Coach Turnage.
I
Wow.
was telling somebody this the other day. I said Holy Cross is going to upset somebody. I said Holy Cross is a variant with my wild dogs, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
those my wild cards. Those my
I
wild
like
cards.
that.
Like they was going to knock somebody off, and they
Yeah.
did.
Mine is Cross and Hayes, bro. I think Cross and Hayes.
And Hayes, yes, those are
problem.
three. Those are three. Holy Cross Hayes
Yeah.
is a variant. Yes, they're
I
gonna
like
knock
that.
somebody off. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You're right, man. You're right.
Salute to my guy Josh Cool on the check-in, my student. Always on the check. He's really cool dude. I see you on Monday, Josh. Appreciate you stopping by.
The best.
Man. You know I had to blow the whistle for him, Ayatollah. Listen, hit me up on my DMs. Send me your email so I can send, so you can send me those beats, man. Come on, brother. Come on. Send me those beats. I want to hear them, brother. Hey, listen. We gonna wrap this thing up, man. We have this weekend we have Stepinac versus Nas, correct?
Correct.
Stepinac versus Nas. And I want to give a shout out to this young lady as well. She just scored 1,000 point as well. So we just want to show up some love. We don't get a chance to show a lot of girls some love. Lady Terriers, Christina Zario, 1,000-point scorer. I interviewed her during the girls media Catholic school. They held media week, so I got to interview them. And congratulations, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, man, look, we're about to get out of here, man. Appreciate you, Rich Henry. Salute. Yo, my guy Rich Henry's son plays for Sacred Heart. He's the starting point guard.
Love it.
So I show up to All Hallows. My guy Rich is in the stands. I'm like, yo, what you doing here? So I ain't seen you in years. He's like, yo, what's up, boo? What's going
That's
on?
my boy out there.
So my boy's out there. So love it, man. Appreciate you, man.
Love
Appreciate you. We're going to get those guys on the show. And probably, we can invite your son as well. Get the three of them up here because his son was player of the week last week in the Captain School League. So definitely, man. So B, Sunday
Fun day, baby.
Sunday, we got Stepinac Nazareth, and then I got me and Fob. We're gonna head out to Long Island, and we're gonna interview Gary Charles, and then right after that, we're gonna interview Dalik Mingo, the older brother of the Mingo brothers.
Love that. When are you doing that? On Saturday?
We're doing it Sunday, baby. We got a long day ahead of us. We got a long day ahead of us. Tomorrow, because we're supposed to be doing tomorrow. We had to push to Sunday. Tomorrow, we'll be at Thomas Jefferson for their senior day.
Nice. I will be at St. John's and the Garden tomorrow to see Providence, baby. St. John's, Providence. I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna keep you informed, man. I gotta be there, man. I watched Connor since he was in 8th grade, man, and it'd be good to see him off. Him and Mo, their senior year, man, and they play Erasmus. So who knows? We might get another 50 ball tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know.
Man, how sick is Erasmus of seeing Connor Spradley?
Man, it's gonna be crazy. The house is gonna be packed. We'll be in there locked and loaded. I'll be calling the game, of course. And have fun, B. And I'll see you Sunday.
Enjoy. I'll see you Sunday, my man. Great show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to thank our two guests that came on the show, Tony Childs and Shawnelle Scott, All Hallows legends.
Legends.
All right. We out. High School Basketball Weekly. Peace.